Hello everyone, Illiterate Greg here for another Helldive surprise. Now if it's your first time here, this is when I scour the internet, look for gameplay, commentate that gameplay, score it from 0 to infinity based on things that I like, things that I do not like. We will eventually have, I don't know if we're going to have a winner or if we're going to have just a solid group of players that I follow on the channel, but those players will be the focus of my channel. And I have happened to stumble upon what I believe is going to be some epic gameplay. And this is from Nox Gladius. He's got about 3,200 subscribers on YouTube, about 300 videos so far. He's playing on Tarsh, I believe. Just a swamp, a very, very close quarter swamp type of map. And he's going to use the terrain definitely to his advantage. And this loadout is super interesting. So before I even get into the loadout, we're going to start him out with 4 points because I think this is the most interesting loadout that I've even seen doing these commentaries so far. But the thing is, it's going to be dangerous only in the right hands. You have to be skilled to be able to use this loadout and this whole setup. If you are a mediocre player or even a slightly above average player, this is not going to benefit you whatsoever because you're not going to know how to use it. However, Nox Gladius will show you how to use it, and it will take some practice to get good with this. So we have Expendable Anti-Tank, Jump Pack, Commando, the Talon, the Sickle, the regular Sickle. We have Explosive Resistant Armor that's light, and we have the Solo Silo. As you can see, Nox Gladius really took advantage of those freaking robots a little bit earlier. So we're going to give 1 point just for that clear here. But you can see he really needs to stay out of cover because he has light penetrating armor. And crouching and proning are a necessity to this loadout. But at the same time, he's constantly on the move. So normally someone in heavy loadout or medium loadout would just have walked out in the open. He went from prone to jetpack to now prone. He's constantly using standing and crouching and proning. This allows him to hit all of the weak spots in the enemies. Now, if you were just running and using the sickle, the aim would be really poor no matter how good you are physically as a person. But because he's proning, he's dodging bullets from the automatons and as well as being able to hit the weak spots a lot more consistently. So that turns the sickle into effectively a killing machine with unlimited ammo. And when it's going to start overheating, he's going to swap to the Talon, another self-sustaining weapon. Now, I think that this is phenomenal. His anti-tank weapons are the Expendable Anti-Tank and the Commando. Both are just automatically on cooldown. He's going to throw them down as he needs them. And if he gets into trouble, it's going to be Solo Silo, which is just another expendable anti-tank weapon. I find this just so interesting that he is using all three of these together. I think it'll take a little bit of time to learn how to rotate all three as far as the timing goes. But if he plays his cards right, he's really only going to need supply drops for stems. Double tap on the tank, 2 points there. Throwing gas grenades to confuse the first drop. And we're up to 7 points now. And then double tapping the tank. So taking out the tank super quickly. Oh, see, it's already taken over 50% of his health, just getting hit once. If that gives you any idea how the light armor works against the automatons and how so few people use it. Orbital come in right next. Walked right by his expendable anti-tanks, just gonna run away here with 1 stem left. But the eats are, oh, I see what's going on. He's using the Solo Silo. Yeah, alright, so he's smarter than I am. Picking up Solo Silo, creating distance, and killing the factory strutter before the strutter was able to kill his teammate or do much damage. We're already up to 9 points, guys. We're under 4 minutes in this game. So we're going to throw the E down. Yeah, so many players just miss that this expendable anti-tank's on cooldown so often. You might as well just throw it down. I'm just going to give another point for the use of that. This is seriously the best player that I've seen in a very long time. Making D10 look super, super easy. All right. Filling back up on stems and gas grenades. 35.5 minutes left in this game. You know, the Talon is a medium penetrating weapon. So I was curious on how he was going to work the sickle against the automatons, but see, proning right here, able to take out the eye in the face of the, I think, a Devastator, Rocket Devastator right there. One of the probes have been laid, still needing to take one more, but plenty of time left in the mission. to complete all of the outposts and take care of the main objectives. He's noticing right when things are on cooldown, he's just trying to find an excuse to use them because things are coming off cooldown so quickly, rotating the 3 of these. And I think another thing that's really beneficial about this loadout is, given his skill, he's not going to benefit from turrets as much as some other players, and running them is almost a liability because of the friendly fire that they cause. The prone here is what it really is what makes this loadout work. The movement plus the prone here, and he's showing it. Some of his teammates with the recoilless rifle are taking down the bot drops and dropping 500 kgs, but his playstyle is completely different. He's supporting his team from an angle. There's a detector tower far in the distance. This is why we're seeing so many bot drops come on, because the detector tower has been turned on. But 2 of his teammates are running recoilless rifles, so they're going to need ammunition a lot more often than Nox Gladius. They're going to need resupplies a lot more often, but this is such a self-sustaining build that Nox can just go and kind of handle objectives on his own, and it totally makes sense. The only thing that you have to worry about is stems. Gas grenades are just a nice addition to help confuse, so that way Nox can use his agility to his advantage and create distance again. Berserker. Sit down, brother. Dropping back to help his team. Factory Strider coming in. Gonna solo silo the Factory Strider. Yeah, 2 more points here. Super great awareness. So many players would not have double back there. But being able to take down Factory Strider protects his teammates here. Even though he's not... I can tell he's not necessarily paying close attention to his teammates because he doesn't have to, but he's doing things to support the team regardless. Now, we've had other similar situations where these things have happened, where players have kind of ignored their teammates, but I think doubling back there was, hey, I'm sticking in the general area of my team. I'm not necessarily watching your back to the fullest extent, but I am taking out things in your area, and his team has forgotten about him. So Nox is left with his bot drop trying to handle it alone, and you see on the Striders, the scouts, he's just targeting the rockets on the side that are light penetrating. So he knows where all the weak spots are, and Tank is in the way. He's doubling back, getting cover. Double tap, Tank goes down. Yeah. We're up to 13 points now on the Helldive surprise score. I definitely want to see more of this player, and I'm going to. Main objective near your position. His teammates have laid down the other seismic probe and are moving on to the main objective. 31 minutes left in the game, 18 reinforcements. Just one more little sleeve here of bot drop to handle. One stem left, so it's our real or only worry. He doesn't necessarily need to run light pen armor. I mean, just light armor. He just can, because he's that good. Nox is just that good. Light pen armor doesn't really save you that much running automatons, but when your prones are this tight, oh, he could use the stems though, and that's probably why he came back, because he noticed on the map there were stems from the old supply drop that no one really uses, but he's not using the timer for his team. Yeah. He could have easily called down a resupply, but knowing he only needed it for stems, he looked on the minimap and tried to just find what was left over that he could pick up while his teammates were off and split up across the map, so somebody else on the team could use the resupply counter at that time. Solo Silo going out. And that's the thing. One of the real... Yeah, I love this. I love this loadout. One of the best things, one of the worst things that people complain about the Solo Silo is it takes your support weapon slot. However, because he's running expendable anti-tanks and commandos, he has room to hold this Solo Silo in his support weapon slot and use it when he wants to. A lot of people have to double back to where they picked up the Solo Silo, but that's not a worry here. And so that makes the Solo Silo so much more stronger within this build. Speaking of, One quick silo out and one jetpack away. Makes it look so good. Yeah. We're going to bump up another couple points here just for how he's playing this. We're up to 18 points now. Not even 10 minutes into the game. One tank in the far distance. Two of his teammates far away. Blue is pretty close by. But Commando says otherwise. Have a nice day, tank. Double tap. And going to knock out a second one here. Plenty of anti-tank to choose from. A lot of players, if they were running this loadout, they would take thermites, but he is... I mean, Nox is really making great use of the gas grenades in the loadout. Using it to make sure he's not getting chip damage down by gunfight, by just medium enemies. And here we are covering the main objective. Now the rest of the team regroups and rendezvous at the main objective as bot drops come in. One tank to the front. Haven't seen that many War Striders this game. I don't know if I've seen a single one, honestly. One tank dropped right in front. Picking up a resupply. 75% health, full on stems. Jetpacking away, get behind cover. Yeah, movement's incredible. So Nox knew he had to get behind cover because the tank was right there. He also knew that he is in need of a expendable anti-tank. He was going to double back and knock out that tank. I'm going to give 1 point just for the ability to get behind cover quickly. So as you can see, he's using all aspects of his loadout in this and rotating things very well. So he's not necessarily in dire need of any specific one thing. He's going to double back, use his jetpack to quickly get back to the explosive, the anti-tank, expendable anti-tank. And so it really opens up a lot for him. The jetpack he's able to use to get behind cover, double back for his support weapons, and to advance and get angles on enemies whenever his teammates are drawing aggro, like you see here, because now he's not even getting shot at. So it's not like any fire is coming his direction, and it doesn't matter what kind of armor you're wearing if the enemy is shooting at your teammates. But he's not necessarily being an aggro hog, where he's only letting them shoot at his teammates. He's taking some aggro right here, knowing that he's going to live, and he's going to be just fine.
300 meters.
Going to give another 2 points, just how he handled this whole situation. We're up to 21 points so far this game. I mean, this is easily going to be the best scoring game that I'm going to review here. If you think you're a better than Nox Galactus, or have any other interesting builds, or you would like to be a part of Helldive Surprise, please feel free to comment your channel anywhere on any of my videos on YouTube. I will check you out. I'm constantly looking for new players to cover, constantly looking for new games. I'm going to be a lot more selective going forward in the players I choose to commentate. I think instead of having a winner, and maybe this is up to community thoughts, I was looking to cover just one player, but they may not put out enough content, honestly, because I'm looking to do a commentary a day. And it would also be really nice to constantly see good players that rotate different playstyles. Hulk going far away. See if we can get this snipe. Not needing to, because N2, Blue has a recoilless rifle, even though he's out of ammunition at this time. Pulling that solo silo out again. I'm going to try this build. I'm going to fail with it, but it has been so fun to watch. That's really just a testament on everything the devs provide to this game. It just opens up a whole new playstyle. Because the whole community is thinking the solo silo is not that great, but here it is being used to its full potential. Every time he shoots the sickle, he's at least proning or he's crouching. Trap coming in. Laser coming in from one of the teammates. And Commando on cooldown. Already inbound. 4 out of 6. Fabricator's taken down. Solo Silo in. Damage done. Blue went down. We're going to we are going to resupply the teammates. We're going to rock with Commando and get a different angle. Double tap prone. Getting low, getting low. Get low, get low. Tank just ahead, double tap. Yeah, I mean, very quick succession. Knows there's a tank, knows I'm going for the head, and we're going to live to see another day. That means Commando's able to take out at least 2 tanks every time. And by the time the Commandos use Expendable Anti-Tank is on cooldown. And by the time the Expendable Anti-Tank's on cooldown, Solo Silo's off cooldown. I mean, the only problem is you have to do everything yourself with this loadout. There's no orbitals to help. There's no turrets to help. And this loadout would absolutely not work on a planet that has ion storms. That's the main drawdown. You can't use this on every planet. This is very selective and niche. Actually, it's just not that planet. So you can use it on a ton of planets, and it's obviously not going to be great on the caves. And it probably won't play quite as well against bugs. Knowing that you'll have to double back so much to pick up your Commando's needs, but it still will play really well. The anti-tank's not... You don't necessarily need that much anti-tank against bugs. But against automatons, this is just beautiful. The large outpost has been taken down. And here we are with just a few more outposts and extraction to go. We're getting ready to go home, aren't we? But we still have a lot of gameplay left. I mean, there's 18 minutes left on this video. And 22 minutes left in the mission. So we were definitely going to get a full map clear. And Nox decided he was going to go swimming even though he has a jetpack. Maybe he was just testing the waters to see if he was able to walk across without having the jetpack. But here we are. Yeah, we could have done that the first time. I'm going to deduct points. I'm not going to deduct points. You can't deduct points for that. He didn't die. Yeah, look at the prone. This prone is key. All new players, just take note of this. I don't prone this much, I should. Hulk. At least one Hulk, one Scout Strider. And a few more medium enemies are here. Solo Silo out. And ready for action. Gonna take care of this. Lovely bot drop. Tank just came down. Tank just went to heaven. Anti-tank. There's 2 berserkers out in front. Sickle's gonna overheat before. Gonna swap to the Talon. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's perfect. This gameplay, other than deciding to go swimming earlier, has been... It's been perfect. I don't know what other word to say here. Shield Devastator ahead. Right for the eye and able to take it down. Flying. We got a flying commando. Scout Strider ahead. And a couple of troopers going to make light work of the situation. Using that cover of the rock to his left really well. Cutting out 2 of the enemies from the fight. Focusing on one at a time. There's enough cover. The maneuverability here is just so important. He's utilizing everything about it. Just double tap with the Talon. And 2 more troopers going down too. The aim has been phenomenal there. Top tier. 1 Hulk, just jetpacking right in. We're going to dodge a little Hacksaw Gen Diet and a little Stomp. We get that light side of the head. Not quite time to fire it up yet, but we have no stems left, so it's going to be difficult to not catch on fire or get into gas. But going to move right around and take out the vents on the back of this hold. One more swing, but missed. And the Hulk will eventually fall, picking up stems, refilling up to 4 at this point. So many other players would not be able to play this loadout, and they would just think that this whole thing sucks. It really is. It takes a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time for people to be able to use this one. Solo Silo off cooldown. 19 minutes left. 1 gas grenade bot drop coming in. I don't know if that's on us or on the teammates afar. Scout Strider getting his ears clipped. Shield Devastator getting his face clipped. And then the Talon. For the Trooper on the stationary gun. Solo Silo. Inbound. Perfect rotation. Using the cliff here to protect himself from the bot drop that has come in on top. He's going to handle a D10 bot drop basically by himself with a Solo Silo. Going to rotate around, get some more cover. Factory Strider just ahead. Right next to a few Fabricators. Yeah, at least 3 Fabricators right here. Creating more distance from the Factory Strider. Taking out the top gun on the Factory Strider nice and easy, and then ducking behind the tree before the guns from the Factory Strider can take him out. Using the jetpack to get around to another tree, making more distance to the Factory Strider. Rotating around back to the team. A lot of people would die right there. A lot of Helldivers would have died in that situation. But the knowledge of this veteran. This is the Einstein. I don't know what else to say. We're going to get 4 points for surviving right there. We're up to 27. Expendable Anti-Tank on cooldown. You know, and another really small thing. You notice he just blew up the resupply pod. That was probably to avoid accidentally climbing it in front of the Factory Strider. Which is something I have never really thought about or considered until I just saw it. It's the little things, right? You know, because I learned something new, I was going to give just 1 point, but we're going to give 2 here. We're up to 29 points. We're about 5 away from the lead with 12 minutes left in the game. 16 on the game timer, but 12 left in the file. Quick on the reinforcements. Get them right back in the game. 1 teammate threw down a turret. Commando on cooldown. Everything's on cooldown. Auto cannon. Sentry. More bots coming in. Not if K4 has anything to say about it with a recoilless rifle. Nice shot, my friend. Yeah, jetpacking around the perimeter of the fight. Splitting up the angles for the team. That's what this loadout is. He's fighting with his team a lot of the time, but never fighting where he can hug them or emote with them. Always catching different angles. And on top of that, using cover as good as anybody I've ever seen. If you think you are better than Nox Gladius, please comment in any of the videos as a Solo Silo comes in. Big boom, baby. One turret ahead, taking him out. Scout Strider shooting at the bottom with the Talon, knowing it's medium penetrating pistol, gives him a little bit more options on where to shoot. And then the flying Expendable Anti-Tank coming in again to avenge the Hulk. I think he may have missed the Hulk, actually. I feel like, you know, like, I could take away 1 point for that, probably. But I wouldn't for anybody else. It's like you expect Nox Gladius to hit it. 2 troopers down. And then one more Hulk right ahead. Lighten him up with a sickle. It's really interesting we're seeing him use the regular sickle versus the double-edged sickle, knowing that double edge is going to have a little additional medium pen and heavy penetration, but using that weapon will make it really difficult to also wear light armor with it. So I think I understand why Nox Gladius is using the regular sickle here, since the double-edged sickle would cause him to catch on fire. Help, I'm coming in. Oh, I'm going to deduct 1 point for not typing things in correctly. There it is. There's my deduction. And he's killed in an explosion. It's because Nox was unable to type in the code fast enough. He cost himself a life, and a teammate, a fellow Helldiver, also died. For the cause. Jump pack coming in. Gotta re-up the commando. You know, one of the benefits of having all these expendables would be that you could die and not have to worry about it. Gonna dodge. Oh! Didn't have the jetpack to save him. I bet that's what it was. He probably muscle memoried to do jetpack. He should have dove instead of used the jetpack. We're gonna take one more point away here. That's 27 we're at. 13 and a half minutes left in the game. Laser in for one of the teammates. We're going to rendezvous and embarrass this Devastator right here, along with a couple of troopers. Nice. Definitely using the movement to avoid any potential damage from the tank ahead. And we're getting pretty close to extraction here. Squatting, but also hugging the tree to his left to avoid any rockets coming in and hitting that side of his body. Using the gas grenades to distract the other Devastator in the far distance, knowing that two more were to his right and was unable to fight both at the same time. Gonna give 2 points for the awareness there. Back up to 29. Taking out the Hulk, no problem, just a minute ago. Rocket Devastator. A little gassed up from earlier, but gonna hop on his head and just wait for the turnaround. Oh, in the eye! Quick points. Style points. I'm gonna give 5 points for that. Embarrassment. Yeah, using the gas grenades really well. Saving them knowing how little this loadout is going to get resupply pods and going to be able to refill the grenades. I would have been out of grenades using this loadout even though I would have needed them. The grenade conservation here is top notch. We're gonna give a point just on grenade conservation from Nox Gladius. We're going to patrol in the distance, covered in the fog of war. Only got hit once there, ducking and diving. Needed to take a stem, though, as he's poking out from a tree, cutting off some of the enemies, not facing them all at one time. Yeah, give him another 2 points. I mean, this guy is going to be in the lead. There's no question about it. It's going to be a long time, I think, before I find another player as good as Nox Gladius. He is definitely going to be on my top followed players. Choosing to disengage from that fight. I think it was also very smart picking up the solo silo in the meantime. One at a time, 60% health, down to 1 stem now at this point. Bot drop coming out in the distance. Hulk just ahead, taking the eat in the face. Didn't pick up the solo silo earlier. My bad, but gonna use it right now as the bot drop comes in. And using the style points. 30 kill streak. But has to walk back and pick up the commando from just a minute ago. Now, it reset. Luckily, he throws things down right on cooldown, so it effectively reduces the cooldown when he uses things, giving him more firepower and a lot more mobility. Talon swapping over, yeah. This guy's a true veteran. Coming up to extraction. Commando's already on cooldown from earlier, so he just used that, remember? Or pick up another point. Another 2 points for calling an extraction ahead of time while his teammates are lollygagging in the fields of death and destiny. Fate. We're going to cover extraction alone. Out of... this is going to be his last clip of sickle ammunition. 40% health really took it in the face there, but luckily the explosive resistance kept him alive. In the eyeball. Yeah. Scout Strider dodging the rockets from the Scout Strider as a patrol makes their way towards extraction. Solo Silo off cooldown. One tank off to the left side of the screen. No longer around. Gonna try to get a little fancy here and get up top and get some height. Yeah, I love it. We're gonna give 2 points there. Up to 41 points right now this game. Picking up some ammo for his primary sickle and another eat as it comes off cooldown. But looking for a home for the Solo Silo. Extraction coming in at about 1 minute 30 seconds. Gonna blow up some of the pods to make sure he doesn't accidentally climb on them. Picking up a Solo Silo, looking for a target. Again, if you've liked this gameplay and would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel. Please follow Nox Gladius. And always look for more daily Helldive surprise. Hopefully we find more Helldivers like this and able to highlight them and their channels. And hopefully people trying to learn the game are able to learn different playstyles and different things they may or may not be able to do in their builds. And also different logic that I may bring to the battlefield. We will probably do 40 to 50 of these commentaries, and then I will either select a winner or a group of players to follow. To consistently follow and then probably cycle them in and out. I mean, it feels like the better play to just follow maybe 4 to 6 players and rotate out 1 to 2 every few weeks to keep it fresh. But I want to definitely focus on players that play Helldivers and provide some really nice full gameplay commentaries for people who do not submit their own commentaries. There's tons of great players like Nox Gladius. I'm so glad I found him. That are very skilled but don't do commentaries for their channel. They just focus on killing. And we're going to leave the killing up to the killers and the talking up to the talkers. That seems like synergy to me. I'm going to give another point for Nox Gladius utilizing his weapons to be a lumberjack temporarily. But with that, thank you everybody for tuning in to this game. Nox Gladius finished with 42 points, which is an all-time so far in the lead by far. And with that, we'll see you guys next time.